So is testosterone therapy a advantage? Does it give somebody an advantage over somebody that is not taking it? That's a loaded question, believe it or not. So how do you get a script for testosterone? Some individuals in their 20s go to the doctor and say, hey, doc, I need testosterone. They just want to get yoked. They just want to get big. And it can actually have some extreme negative effects, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And that's really having to take it back to figure out who is testosterone replacement therapy designed for in the first place. Is it designed for that individual who already has a plethora of testosterone that's just free floating, or somebody that's low in it? Now, you can actually lower your testosterone by getting on testosterone replacement therapy. This is kind of perplexing to a lot of individuals because people are thinking, hey, I'm making testosterone, let me add some more testosterone, and I'll have even higher levels. And that's just not true. Your body is on a negative feedback loop where if it's not pulsating enough testosterone out, there should be a little trigger that says, hey, let's make some more. Now, if you're getting an exogenous form of testosterone, you're putting that in there and you're telling your body, hold on there, shut it down, I don't need as much. So if you're taking less than your body's already producing, your body's going to stop producing and you're going to actually have less in your system. Now, if you take a lot of it, I mean, I'm talking about like Incredible Hulk, a lot of it, then you're going to also be shutting down your testosterone production. So if you're already making enough and you're taking more and look like Hulk, then your body's going to say, hey, I don't need to make any, and stop. And it's going to remember that too. That's why, unfortunately, when guys are in their teens and their 20s and they abuse testosterone and different testosterone derivatives, they're going to end up having to take testosterone for the rest of their lives. Most guys may look amazing in their 20s, look like absolute dog crap in their 40s and 50s. Reason being, one, they're not working out, they're not staying active, and most importantly, their testosterone levels are so freaking low that they have to be on something, and the doctors only give them bare minimum to get them into that reference range that whatever lab kind of puts out. The normal range for testosterone in a healthy male should be between 350 and 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. Now, this is just a reference range, and it's a large reference range, and it's often different in different cultures. For instance, those with a background who are African American typically have higher testosterone levels, maybe closer to that 1,000 milligram or nanogram mark. It's also followed by white European males, Latin males, and then Asian populations. That's just genetics. It's the way things are. If levels of a hormone are high after an activity, the body wants to have a positive change. So I'm saying that to get you thinking a little bit here on this. If after you go through a workout, say you do a high intensity interval, 10-minute, 20-minute, bam, knock it out. If we measure your blood, we should see an increase in testosterone after. Your body needs to produce more of this hormone to recover from what you just did to it in that brief period of time. Now, if your body is not having a positive change and increasing, then we know that your body is deficient making it, and you may actually need to take some. I'd always recommend first all the alternatives to an exogenous form of testosterone, such as light therapy. Shining red and blue light on your balls as a guy can increase your testosterone production up to 500%. So if you don't have the awesome full body lights that we have in the Fit Lab at Functionised, go in your backyard where your neighbors aren't looking, take off your pants, and let the direct sun shine on your testicles. Ladies, you need testosterone as well. That form may not work as well for you, but there are other ways. There are some supplements out there. Be wary, obviously, of quality. Tribulus is one that has been shown, and it also has been shown not to. And that really comes down to, I did that experiment a long time ago, but there's some, as seen on TV, tribulus pill for test booster, and it was crap. I mean, it should be a tarry, cakey type substance, and this was just powder that blew out. You know, it's a substandard quality, and that's what you mostly get. Forms of hard burst exercise, forms of extreme weight. I'm talking about, ARX resistance. Pushing it. I'll tell you that in a few moments here, because this is going to blend right into the next topic on more tests in the system here. TRT. Those letters do stand for testosterone replacement therapy. Remember, the R is the most important part. Replacement. If you already have good levels of testosterone, you don't need more testosterone. The replacement is to replace the levels that you're deficient in. If you're a guy and your testosterone is, say, 150, remember, the reference range is 350 to 1,000. And no matter what we're doing, it's not going up. You need to replace at least 200 nanograms per deciliter. Now, guys act different on different levels of testosterone. Some 350 may be good for them, may be too much for them. 350 may not be even close for them. They may need the upwards range of 1,000. Now, don't get me wrong. If you abuse testosterone and you're not replacing it, you're adding a lot of exogenous testosterone, you will grow. You will also, remember, shut down your production forever. A individual will grow not with testosterone. Remember, they will not grow with extra testosterone. You need more muscle androgen receptors. Without the receptors, the testosterone cannot bind. It's like a little building block. Puzzle pieces. They go in, they fit together, and you get results. If something is hitting, not getting in there, nothing's going to happen. So you need to get that in. Now, testosterone free floating is not going to do jack squat unless it actually fits into that receptor. So you need more muscle receptors, more androgen receptors to be more specific. This is why individuals who take testosterone, who don't work out, or they decide, I'm just going to lift light weights, I don't want to hurt myself, so I'm just going to go light today, and they go light every day. Man up, girl up, and get onto a super heavy load. And why do you need to get on a super heavy load? Because these super heavy loads increase the androgen receptors. So before you even go on replacement, increase the receptors. You may have an abundance of free testosterone that's looking to bind to receptors and is unable to because you don't have the receptors necessary. So by utilizing that heavy-ass load, by doing short, high-intensity intervals, you will increase the receptors and thus increase the ability for testosterone to bind to it. So if you do need replacement, now you're going to have enough receptors that you're going to notice that actual change, and that's a big deal. So before you decide, hey, let me get on some testosterone, increase the receptors, figure out through lab work, not that shady guy in the corner, through lab work with a physician, an anti-aging physician who understands hormone replacement therapy and how everything works together, and help monitor closely. It's the best way to get onto a testosterone replacement therapy program or any type of hormone replacement therapy program to help increase muscle tissue, which as we age decreases, bone density, which as we age decreases, heart health, brain health, vitality, your sexual health and performance. It's a very positive thing as long as you keep it within the proper reference range for yourself, and that's how to do it. So, as always, take this information, utilize it, become a better version of yourself, live functionized.